Hello and welcome back to the Hayden show for the Christmas special that I'm being forced to do again and again and again and again. It never ends. So much fucking Christmas.
Oh, someone's put shit on my wires. Have
Uh-huh.
to fix that a bit, but oh well.
So
My fault someone's put that on my wire. The wire is wedged underneath everything, so it's like Jenga. Put it wrong and it's fucking down. Do you get why I said Jenga?
Does it say Jenga in this?
Bingo!
No, they don't say bingo.
Shit.
Mm.
Fudge.
Oh, whoa. You put some money in the fudge jar. When I want to say fudge, I say fuck. Right.
Fudge! Fuck! Ooh!
Very good.
Yes, Christmas specials. That time of year again, if you can't tell by
Yes.
the Christmas tree behind Satan herself.
Yeah, since I don't like Christmas, so I thought I'd dress up perfectly.
I mean,
I'm
I'm
Coca-Cola.
kind of Christmassy, but at the same time murdery.
Yeah, I mean it's Christmassy punish show. That makes sense.
Punishing at Christmas. Trying to be some little kids. On my phone.
So yes, going back through the Christmas TV special.
We did 5 last year.
Yeah,
We did
and
3 live action.
2
animated.
That's true, right? Of course.
We kicked off last time.
Yeah.
With a very spooky themed one.
Mm-hmm.
Which was Grimm.
Correct.
Obviously, how the Grimm stole Christmas.
Because it was Krampus.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And this time, what is it?
Supernatural.
Yes. A very supernatural Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
You'll get there's a lot. The first 3 episodes of this series, this re-entering into the Christmas specials, all 3 episodes have the same title, just changed to like the show's title.
Makes sense.
Yeah, I picked that was unintended. I did not intend the first 3 to have something Christmas. Oh well, the last 2 are fine. The last 2 are 2 random ass titles. And one doesn't even sound Christmassy at all, but it is. Trust me.
You sure?
Yeah, I've seen it.
We'll find out.
Okay.
But yes. So it's Supernatural. And it's the middle of the 3rd series.
It is season 3. Or series 3, because we're British.
That's correct.
Episode 8. So it's... It was series 3 that had... I think series 3 was a... Is it series 3 or series 4 was a shorter series? I can't remember if it's series 3 that was a short one. So now obviously they usually do 22 episodes. But I swear one of the early series, and I think it might have been this series, was shortened to like 16 episodes. If that's the case, it is about the halfway point. But yeah, it's about halfway through that. And it's, still dealing with minorly the overall plot of this series, which is, of course, Dean dying. Or technically being sentenced to death by the end of the series, because of course he sold his soul to a crossroad demon at the end of series 2 to save Sam's life, since Sam had been stabbed and died. So obviously, his big brother sacrificed himself, and at this point now, obviously it's Christmas, and obviously as the episode starts early on, obviously Sam points out the fact that Dean never liked Christmas. And yet he's really festive this year. And obviously that's because it's his last ever Christmas. And he wants to make it count. Because he's not going to be here for the next one. Well, I mean, it's Supernatural. Yeah. Of course he is.
Big thing naturally is...
You die.
No matter what,
you come
those
back.
2 are always dying. Dying, coming back, dying, coming back. They're like the Rory.
Like cockroaches.
They are, yeah.
But sexy cockroaches.
I mean, to be fair... Dean. I mean, it's quite Christmassy, but there's also that element of Scroogeness to Dean, because he doesn't really care about Christmas, because obviously we show in flashbacks when they were kids.
Hate it.
Yeah, he hated it because at first he seemed to really want to like Christmas, but everyone around him seemed to like
not give a shit.
Yeah, not care and treat him like a baby for caring. I mean, the dad's never around, and it's pretty much just Dean raising Sam. And there's a whole point of flashback where basically Dean sets up all the Christmas stuff in little presents to be like, "Oh yeah, Dad did it. It was when you were asleep." But yeah, Dad did it quickly and ran off. But obviously, everyone knew it was Sam. Knew it was Dean from the presents.
Yeah, but the fact they clearly just nicked some Barbie dolls without realizing what was in there. Hey, look! I didn't realize it was chick presents.
Oh, but I like as well the villain of the episode is kind of the opposite. It's the one that you'd think would be completely hating Christmas because these are two gods who basically have been depowered mostly because of no one believing in them, and it's like, well, Christmas took over what was their worship, like people used to worship them for.
Yeah.
But instead they go back into, well, if we're going to be human, let's go excessively like obsessed with Christmas and stuff like that. Like, and the fact that they're very constant, like, oh, we don't swear. Like they're trying to be like the classic like good human kind of people, where it's a little bit too.
But reality is,
sinister.
They're gods that sacrifice human beings to eat, basically, to keep them alive. And of course, they torture them along the way.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
As you see with the whole Sam and Dean when they kidnap them, obviously, they fucking rip fingernails off, they're trying to rip teeth out, they're drawing blood, it's like, they're proper fucking torturing. Like, they get every part of the human body out of, like, there for them to basically eat and whatnot.
Part of their ritual as well.
Yeah. Obviously, they're getting themselves ready to eat, obviously, that's what the blood, the fingernails, obviously the teeth are for, is to obviously start the ritual and to eventually, munch on some humans. In this case, Sam and Dean.
I also love as well the fact that at the start, he's like, oh, is it Krampus? It's going to be Krampus, isn't it?
And so, because you see a Santa Claus?
You see Santa Claus, what looks like a Santa Claus outfit covered in blood. And you also, like, they even mention an anti-Santa, don't they? And then, like, the Grinch and all these other, like, names. And then you're like, it makes you think, oh, is there another Krampus video? Most Christmas specials, like in supernatural ones, it's Krampus.
Yeah, because it's the go-to one, really.
Yeah. Whereas these ones,
is that a hint at one of the Chellico Christmas specials coming up?
Maybe. Yeah, like, they do a little obviously a red herring thing. Makes you think, oh, it's gonna be Krampus like all the other ones, but no, it's the idea of the pagan gods that no longer like are worshipped. Like people no longer care about them. Obviously, Christianity kind of went, wow, nice holiday, but we prefer to have as their fuck over and burn all your altars. Yeah, I like the reference that at least with these villains. Quite fun.
So there's the dark element to it, but there's like supernatural. There's the very fun element, and obviously with being Christmassy, they amp it up a bit more with the funness. I mean, obviously when they go to obviously the little fair place and like Santa is a bit of kind of a bit of a nonce, if you're gonna be honest.
A bit pedo-y.
I mean, the one comment to the kid, like, it definitely sounds very
special present for you,
noncy. And obviously that woman walks over to him and it's like, she's like, oh, do you want me to escort your kid? And Dean's obviously like, oh, it's Sam here. And it's just like, oh, there's no one over 12 allowed. And then it cuts to Sam and he's like, oh, no, it's okay, we're just watching. And it's just like, ew, gross. Because clearly it makes them look like the paedophiles and the fact they're two grown-ups chilling watching some kids greet Santa Claus. And then obviously when they break into that Santa's obviously trailer to see, obviously,
I think
he's the bad guy.
Krampus, at least.
And they find him basically watching porn, smoking weed, and obviously drinking. And the instant is like, jump to the Christmas carols to try and like
silent.
And even he starts doing. He's like, he's that obviously out of his mind. He's just like, yeah, wow. He's not paying attention to that two guys just broke into his house,
but I do like
his home, and it's like, yeah, we're gonna go now.
I do like. There's like, these like all these mythologies say these anti-Santa always smells like sweets and candy, and they're like, he smells like sweets, but it's because of the weed. Yeah, it makes him smell sweet. I love that add that little bit to it.
So it's definitely a very interesting
Mm-hmm.
one, because I feel like the Grimm one was a bit more darker.
Oh, definitely.
In terms of like a supernatural type one, I felt like that was a bit more darker, because they kind of actually focused heavily on Krampus throughout that special.
Yes.
Whereas these gods are pushed to the end of the episode.
Very eccentric.
That too, but obviously you get like a guy die at the start. Then he obviously you see that obviously the Santa Claus midway through obviously again drag like a dad out of the bed, but you don't see them drag. You see the obviously dragging obviously this bag with them kicking and screaming. But then obviously it's not till really the end you get a full focus on what they are, and you say they're a bit eccentric and whatnot.
Yeah,
whereas the Grimm one, obviously you see the Krampus at the start, obviously beating kids, teens. Obviously you see the Krampus midway through again beating someone up, and then you see Krampus at the end of the episode. And again, it's still pretty dark because obviously it's this monstrous looking human being, so it's very grim.
Whereas these two are literally just a bunch of like middle-aged couples that are all like Christmassy, they're wearing Christmas jumpers, and they look very all like very pristinely done, and it's the complete opposite. Whereas I'd say they're
peanut brittle.
Yeah, they're more sinister in that way.
Yeah.
But whereas the Krampus is more like monster, whereas these ones are more.
Yeah. That one definitely took up a more horror approach, whereas this, for a supernatural episode, took a bit of a step back really, and was kind of a fun episode. Yeah, it was a bit of a down with the whole Sam trying to remember Dean hating Christmas and whatnot. So that's
the overall series arc. Though.
There is the dark plot there, but out of the two, this is probably the more funner one.
Definitely.
Obviously, it helps as well with obviously Sam and Dean are very fun and likable characters at this point in the series. And
whereas Grimm's a bit more of a serious
show.
Whereas Supernatural's always been, it's dark, but they're funny.
Yeah. Rising up.
They've always been funny.
on the street. Like, stuff like that. Yeah, obviously Grimm's a more serious cop show.
Yeah.
With obviously the Brothers Grimm element to it. Whereas Supernatural, yes, it's very serious. Show about two monster hunters. But the two monster hunters that have a lot of fun along the way.
And a bit ridiculous. And
they're very over the top.
Definitely.
So yeah.
It was a fun Ochre special. I think as well, the Grimm one's darker because it's kids.
Yeah.
Teenagers, but still kids. Whereas these ones, it clearly shows they only go for adults. Like, there's a little kid there and he just goes, ooh, cookie. Again, another little hint at them being like those couple. Because they go for the cookies.
See, I personally, I don't know which one I prefer. Because I like the lighter tone of this, but I like the really dark, the prosthetics of Grimm.
Yeah.
The Krampus and that look really good. Whereas obviously the characters in this are really well acted. Yes. So it's difficult. I'm glad I'm not the one trying to fucking decide which I prefer. Because I would struggle, because I do really like both specials. And I kind of really want to watch the Grimm special again at some point before Christmas this year. I might crack the DVD open.
No, you better have the ratings ready.
Of course, I save all my ratings.
Just make sure. Because I wouldn't at least...
Well, do you want me to have a little quick run through of what we got from last year? Because obviously it's a bit of a recap. It's been a year. Obviously,
I need to know.
We did 5 last year. Obviously, we got... obviously, this is the episode order first. Obviously, we did Grimm, What's the Scooby-Doo, Liv and Maddie, American Dad, and the Librarians. And obviously, how you rank them. I won't put the ratings, because obviously you'll see them anyway on the screen. Obviously, it was Liv and Maddie, then the American Dad special, then Librarians, then Grimm, and then What's New Scooby-Doo. Obviously, Grimm you put quite low. Last time it was pretty much...
because it's more out of context.
Above. Yeah, obviously, that's the good thing. You can watch this one out of context. Yes, you might. You might be like, what's going on with the whole Dean saying I'm dying aspect? But Grimm, there's a whole subplot within that episode.
A massive subplot.
In terms of obviously the royals, that you're just like, you're like, what the fuck's going on there? But the Christmas part of it, watch no problem. It's that fucking royal part that does drag the episode down.
Whereas for this one, that little Dean part is only small.
Yeah, so, I'll put Supernatural over Grimm in my opinion. Yeah. Just because I just remember that royal plot does drag it down, because it is very out of context, because it is like mid-series and it's like, what's going on here?
Whereas that little plot ties well into the Christmas element of it. Whereas the royals one There's no mention.
Yeah, it's not a Christmas. It's not a Christmas plot. It's just an actual grim plot. Mm-hmm. Anyway, here's your ratings from last year.
The ratings from last year. Okay. That
was very quick.
Well, I was focusing on.
Or are you just saying okay for how many times you've rated something? Okay.
No,
we're
just reading. What I was doing.
Don't look at the fucking other episode. You're not meant to know the other episode yet.
I was reading those. Oh.
The points are there.
The points are also there as well.
Yeah, they're also there. It's in an actual order, so you can actually see where you ranked them.
Right. Okay, then. I think I'm.
Okay, where are you going with it?
Wow. Like I say, the things like it's very similar to the Grim one, but in sort of opposite aspect. It's like the different sides of that spectrum.
Mm-hmm.
However, the comedy helps it a little bit more, and obviously the fact that you could watch it out of context.
Yeah, because there's no massive subplot that just makes
sense. You could be like, I was a little bit confused of the whole Dean dying. Then I was like, well,
you asked me, and I literally just explained it real quick. What was going on there? You're like, okay,
but I didn't even need that though. I mean, I could still watch him like, I'm gonna die at some point. So something's happening.
Yeah.
So you don't really need to know more about that. So I think that adds more to it as well. But also, it's fun, and for a Christmas, you want it to be a bit more fun than
a regular episode.
Doom and gloom.
Yeah.
So I would put it 81.
81.
It's good. I think it's good because it's Supernatural as well. Like Supernatural's always good.
81.
Also, because the fact they're leaving the presents at the end, they were funny. Hey, Booby Magazine! What a present!
Shaving cream, my favourite!
Oh wow, chocolate bar and fuel for my car. Yes!
You know what I wanted.
You know me so well.
Okay, so obviously that puts the Supernatural, a very Supernatural Christmas episode, straight into third position. Slotting just below American Dad's Minstrel Krampus episode, but above the Librarian's Christmas special, the one obviously that starred friggin' Bruce Campbell. Oh, I need to watch that one again as well.
You just like Bruce Campbell.
I love Bruce Campbell. Okay, that's fair enough. Trying to think of a question. I usually ask a question. I literally, my mind's blank because obviously Supernatural's ended, so I can't really say, oh, would you like to see like a new episode that's like a Christmas special? But the show's ended, so I can't really ask anything to do with the show.
You'd like to see more Christmas specials of theirs? They've still done more than one.
They've did many massive ones though.
Maybe a few more.
This the one that comes up. I literally can't remember any more past this. If you type in Supernatural Christmas, it's the only episode that comes up. I think they do celebrate Christmas, but I don't think it's a major part of the plot of an episode.
Okay.
If that is the case, would you like to see them do more?
Would you like to have seen at least?
Another, even like a Krampus one?
Yeah. I mean, even more fun, cause the way they are, them as characters, they sort of fit a whole fun Christmas special vibe. Like, and even if it's the dark twist for Christmas, they're still fun and they keep it more joyful. So yeah, I would have liked to have seen more.
I can't remember. It's been a while since
we don't know.
Let's say, from what I can remember, that it's like moments when they're putting Christmas trees up, but it's not a major part of the plot. It's just like a side plot where the characters can have like a one-on-one conversation or something. It's not anything, if I remember correctly, major. I could be wrong. As I say, it's been a while since I've watched. I mean, I didn't even finish the show. I got to series like 10 or 11, and then I started rewatching from the start. And
that's always the problem.
Didn't get very far.
You're like, okay, I want to rewatch it now.
I need to rewatch it because I forgot what's going on. And then you rewatch like 2 series or 3 series. I've been to the next series after this. I got to the Castiel. I literally watched the first episode of Castiel and then forgot about the rest.
I've watched first series 7 because I had that on the DVD somewhere, and
you watched the Scooby-Doo episode.
What you've shown me, the Scooby-Doo episode. Literally it. That's all I've watched. I ain't watched that.
Fair enough. Okay, that's it then for this episode. You can actually check out the Scooby-Doo Supernatural one because obviously this isn't the first venture into the Supernatural world. Obviously we did the animated crossover one.
That's true.
Which was obviously your first series you did. So I will put that in the link below, and obviously you can check out the last year's Christmas specials. Either by just going to my channel and clicking the playlist, or when the video ends, I'll come up with a playlist for the Christmas ones. So you can just click that. There you go, playlist. And you can see where we're at with that. So next, well, I would say next week, but obviously this is later than it should have been because someone was ill. So midweek we're going to carry on with the Christmas ones, and we're going to be moving on to an animated one, which is a brand new episode that's literally come out a few weeks ago, which is the Cuphead Christmas special. There's a video game adaptation, so a Christmas one. So that should be interesting. Because obviously last time the second episode was a Scooby-Doo episode.
That's true.
And this time it's a video game episode. Yep. Which is also has a title of a very so Christmas. But yes, we hope you enjoyed, and we shall see you for that next time.
Bye.
If you like what you've seen, don't be afraid to throw us a little like and subscribe. That's always very appreciated over here. And, well, I'll see you on the next video.